We have finished the second ship in the trilogy, which is the 7184. As you guys know, you guys looking, you guys have seen it. And as I said, it's a trilogy, but it's like the last ship that we built, the last trilogy, which was Grievous's ship. On this trilogy, there's actually 5 on this one, right? There's a 5th one, but we're not going to go into the really tiny one, which has 40 pieces in it. We're not going to go into that one. We'll go into the next one up from that one, right? Which is a little bigger. We'll build that first, and then we'll proceed to the piece of resistance, as they say, the really big ship. So as we have over here, as you guys know, as you can see, we have the one that was built in 2000, right? This one right here. Really nice ship. 470 pieces in the set, 7 figures, right? And we showed all the playability. If you were on here yesterday, you'd see it has 2 doors here, 2 on the opposite side here where the guns come out. If you look right there, you can see that, right? And then you have one up front right here, okay? Also, you can see that there. And then you have 2 on the sides, right? 2 on the sides up here, right here. I also did a little modification in there, if you probably can see that. I put a little grid there because it kept popping off, and if Lego had realized that, I'm sure they would have done something there. But just to make it easier so it doesn't come off and fall apart like it was doing when we completed it yesterday. And then we have another door there. So we're looking at this point, we have 5 doors open there. If you count the small ones as 2, it would be 7, right? They're actually 2, right? So we can count them as 7. And back here we have the final door, which goes up. When you pull this, goes up here like that, and you get the actual rack that the droids come on, sliding in and out here like that. And you have your guns over there. Okay, so we have that. That's what comes with this build, the 7184, right? As I said, the price used you probably get for 80, 90 pounds. We're talking about $110, something like that, right? The color on the gray here, you will not find anymore. They don't make them, right? So you wouldn't find that out there. So if you were trying to build that, you wouldn't find that at all. The brown also, it's a very difficult thing to find. I haven't seen it on any other builds, right? All the other colors, relative. So anyway, we can put this one to the side, and then we're going to look at the 7662, which is this one right here, right? And this one, just as the last one, has 1 door up front. Let's just pull that up here. Okay, that's the 1 door up front, and you have 2 doors on the side, which opens up like this. They're much easier. The setup here is much easier to open up and close, right? Compared to the last one, it's not as stiff. Then you have this part in the top that opens here where your droids go in. The pilot goes in there, if you can see that, guys. And then you have a little door on the side here, which again, they built it with that similar sort of stiff, what would I call it? The hinge is sort of stiff. It clips on as opposed to slotting in. And I think they should have gone that way, right? So that door is kind of tricky. So we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have another one here, 6, 7 on the opposite side over here, as you guys can see, right? And you have the one in back, right? 8, and if you look at the bottom where the droids come out, which is this one, I turn that, the droid would pop out there on that. That'd be their rack that they would come all the way out on, right? And you roll that right back in like that, close this up, close this down here, right? And that's your playability on that one, right? Let me just close this up, right? So that's your playability on that one. So let's put that one over here. And what we'll commence to do now is build that the smallest size, which is the 4991, right? 4491. I apologize for that, guys. All right, and then we'll go into building the really big one, right? The big one with the biggest count of all. That one, as we know, the 7662, the count on that one was 1,330 pieces. Okay, but the next one we'll be building will be the 75058. Right, so let's go into this one and build this one now, and then we'll start working on that one. So let's do that right away, guys. If you're jumping in, guys, hi to you. Hope you're having a great time on this vacay. Okay, and let's jump into this build. And then we can start on the last one. So what we're looking to do right here now, I already did the black piece that goes in the bottom, right? Those clips, and we'll just go on the top here and add basically, other than the 7184, all the others came with this particular brick slope, but only the 7184 has the same color as this particular ship. Even the bottom pieces come with the same, right? So let's have a look and see what this build looks like. And you guys tell me, guys, if you're jumping in, hit that like button. Great to see you on here. And let's just commence with this build. And see how this looks. And then we can talk about this one also. All right, so we drop that in there. Then we'll take one of these. It's a pretty simple build, so it's not that difficult. But I think it looks pretty much like it for one of the later or earlier, let's say earlier type models. It looked pretty much like it. They didn't go too far off it here, which looked pretty good to me, right? So we dropped that on here, and I built this earlier, so we'll just place this right on top, like so. This goes right there like that. Okay, and we're gonna just place this, turn these around. We'll turn this around like that. Turn these around like this. 1 and 2. Just so it fits correctly. And then we'll clip this one right here. Did it again. I wanted to do it the other way. Anyway, so this goes that way. This goes this way. And we place that right on the top here. Guys, if you're jumping in, hit that button, that like button for me, guys. Tell me what you think about the build. All right, what you're building, if you're building anything. All right, let's just take this off of here. Seems to be causing a little issue. But anyway, tell me about the builds you are taking on, the challenges you're taking on in your build, what you're up to. All right, and let's just finish this up and move on to the next build. Okay, so we place that there. And we're going to go along the side. Also, the last ship, the 7662, came with these particular bricks. But again, in this iconic color, rare, you wouldn't find it out there anymore, right? So 2 of these here. It's the same sort of bricks, but you wouldn't find them out there anymore. Not at all. They're just not out there for purchase at all. And then we paste 2 of these little brown, like that. And another 2 of these goes right here. 1 and 2, where are you? Here we go. And at the end, we'll paste these 1x4, 1x2x4 wedges at the end. Looking really good there now, guys. Let me know if you have this in your collection. Drop me a message. Let me know if you have this in your collection, okay? Right. So at the back, we're going to place one of these here. Okay. And as we do that, we're going to use two of these back here. 2x6x2. Okay. And we're going to move on. And move up. So we need two of these sort of hinge type things. Double ones. These are not single. These are double. And we're just going to place those right here. Facing the outside. And clip that right in there. You can see it coming along now, guys. I don't know if they really put any windows and stuff like that. We will see that as we go along. So now we need two of these. Just clip these in here. And another, where are you? Can't find it for now. But anyway, so this goes right in here. It's supposed to be the gun. It's one of those. Yeah, so let me know what you think about the build, guys. Right? Let me know exactly what you think, what's going on with you. What are you building? If you're building anything, what you're thinking of building. Right, so you got those two guns. And we need two of these black with little, which I did earlier to make it much easier because it's a tricky thing to do those. You add these at the end over here. Now, later on, again, this is a brick count. Again, I keep saying that. I think it's a brick count because you got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. When we know this black 2x1x2 comes as a studded whole piece. But again, they probably started making that after. I'll have to do some research on that to find out. So they'd usually be like this, or let's look like this, but in two. If you look right here, you can see that, right? This is a 4, which will be part of the next build, which we are gonna approach shortly, right? Right. So we're gonna move along. And add two 1x3s here, 1x3x2 there, and at the front we're going to add a 1x4 on either side slope. Okay, so we're looking real good right now. Up front we're going to add one of these, and so we'll place this right there like that, and we'll place that right up front. Okay? That was a hinge. If you couldn't see it, that's a hinge. And we're going to move on now. And on the inside, we're going to add two more of those 1x3s. Okay, just right here, 1 and 2. Like so. If you look, you can see it coming along real fine now, guys. We're going to move on. And on the top, we're going to add this 8x2 black. Just right here. I want to make sure I get it in the right slot. There you go, guys. Look at that. And we're going to add the corners on now. So we have the corners here. We're going to add these in. It's one of them. Two on the opposite side. starting to really, I can really start seeing it. Let me know what you think. I can really start seeing it now. Again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what's going on with you. If you're building anything, what you're building. And we're going to start using these now. Again, it's that same color brick I spoke about, how different it is. We'll add 2 of these right up front. Trying to practice my double build. We spoke about that also. And we'll start approaching the back and work on that now. So we're going to add these corners here. That's another thing. All of them came with these corners, right? They came in different colors. The 2 prior came with gray. This one's brown. But obviously, like I said, the older model came with a darker gray. And then we'll add these on the outside. Those are 2x4s. Just want to make sure I got that correct. Nope, didn't get them correct. I want to make sure we get it right. 2 of these go up here. All right. And 2 go in the back. So that's 4s, and these are 3s. Goes right there like so. If you have a look now, guys, it's starting to really shape up. And we're going to add 2 of these to the front. I've noticed this color in one of my builds that I'm building right now, which is the 7, if I can remember, 7455. That color, you don't really see that brown a lot. Let me know if you have it, that particular ship. Okay, so a little adjustment here. This is actually supposed to go on the top here, like that. I'm going to place that right here. But first we'll place this down at the bottom. And this goes right here like that. It's trying to look really much like it there. If you look, I would have placed some guns differently there, but again, there you go. Right, so now we're going to work on the top end and close this out. Back here, we're looking to place 2 of these. Again, this is a brick count because you could have gone with a 4x4 and just closed that out. And we place this here. Let's switch these around like that. And we place this one back here. One of these. Everything in that gray, that, like I said. And then we'll place 2 of these right here. That brown we talked about, sort of orange brown. And move up to the top and close it out. So we want to go here with one of these. And place one of these right here. Another one to the back. Sort of like a train up front. Looks like a train, pretty much. And there you go, guys. That's your build, right? You don't have much. Back here, I would have placed, personally, I would have placed a window or something like that, but they didn't. Okay, I see we need to make a slight adjustment here and put these up front. Yeah, I would have gone for that. So we'd have a little more playability with this ship. That's just me, something to open up here or something like that, you know. But it doesn't really have much, only the movement here. That's about it. Anyway, guys, so that's the build, right? For that one, the mini. And we're getting ready to move on now to that big ship we spoke about. So we'll put this one to the side and we will start working on that. The 7058 now. Okay? So this is going to be a really awesome build also, guys. This is going to be a fantastic build. So if you notice, I put all the black pieces out here. So we need these 4 times. Okay? And we're going to start adding pieces to them now. We need some of these red ones over here. And some blue ones. Extended blue ones. I know we'll be needing those. And some of these black ones. We actually came with 50 of those. When I was going to my garage and look and stuff like that, you need 50 of those, okay? And we need some of these. I'm trying to get the stuff together so it just makes the build go along faster. So just bear with me there. If I can pull everything together, make the build go along just a little faster, right? Okay. Right. Here we go. Right. Okay, so let's jump in and start working on this now. Right? Firstly, we need one of these here. And small one. So again, guys, let me know what you think about the build, what you're building, if you're building anything, or if you're just watching the build, if you have this in your collection, if you're thinking about getting it. Okay, so we're at this point, and we're going to add one of the blues this way, and one the opposite way. It started out much different from any of the builds of the others, so this is a totally different build. You take the blue and it goes right in here. You know that's a straw build, like a straw screwdriver, if you want to call it that. Down here, we'll add another short one just in the center and place that right on the outside. This way. Oops. Popped out there. Right, so there's your starting on your bottom there. Now it says on the inside we want another one just there. Okay. Again, I've never tried this build before. Had it in my garage. Like I said, I went to my garage and I'm building these things literally from scratch in my garage. Right? So similar build over here. So you need one of these, and 4 of these. As I said, it's 50 of these black pieces. I've never seen a build with that many of these small tube type things. There. And that clips in right here with another long one of these. That just snaps right in there. Okay. And we're going to move forward. So, the last ship did not come with this, which is the 7184, but the 7662 did come with these exact size. These 6 by 8 Technic sort of like brick, right? Rectangle type shape. Okay, so we need to add some pieces on this now, guys, and just move on. So up front, we need one of these here, and we need 4 of these tiny little, there's like a little stud type thing. We need 4 of those, and then we'll move on. So this basically goes right here, like that. That clips in right here like this. So that's 1. Then we need a blue right here. Clips in right there. And another, so 2 of those. And this snaps right in here like that. Okay? And we'll just keep going that way. We'll add the 3rd one now. Just 1, just right here in this far end, and just clip that right here. Again, we want to make sure we get this correctly. If we don't, then it's not going to come together correctly, right? So you want to make sure and put them in the correct place. Yeah, so we're to that point, guys. So we'll just add this right here. And then we'll move on. So drop me a line, guys. Let me know what you're building, if you're building anything. Or if you're thinking of building anything, let me know. Let me know what you're building in your collection, if you are building anything. Right, so we're right here, and we're going to move on now, guys. right? And let's add the other side to that now. Similar setup on the other side. So they want you to take one of these, add a red in, then the blue star shape, and one of these black ones just right here next to it like we did on the opposite side. And everything is already in place. All we need to do is just snap that right in. Like so. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing there. Just, I'm sure it is. Let's see. So it's asking for 2 of these black ones. Like I said, they come with 50 of these. And one goes in the normal number 4 slot here like that. And 2 on the inside. One of them there. The other one here. And we're going to place that right there. Just add this right in here. And that clips in there, guys, like that. And we're going to repeat the same thing we had on the other side. All right, so over here, they want you to just snap this in. And put one of those black tubes here, just like we did on the opposite end. And one of the blue pieces, do the same thing with that. Okay, so we're moving forward now, guys. Starting to look right. So we're doing fantastic here right now, guys. Really, really good. Again, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building, what you're working on. If you're working on anything. Or hoping to build something. Okay, so we'll add some pieces here now. We need 2 of these. Flat plates, 1x8. Again, that color came in the other ship. So again, this is a similar thing they're doing. These are 1x8. We don't need 1x8. We need 1x6, actually. If I can just locate that here, we'll move on with the build. So it's 1x6, not 1x8. And we need 2 1x2s by 2 here, which we'll just put in the middle, and then we'll move on from there. Again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building. All right? And let's talk about it. If you're just jumping in, we're building right now part of the trilogy that we spoke about earlier, which we've been building all week. All week we will be building for the break like we did on the last break. We're building the trilogy, right? And if you're just jumping in, we're building the last of the lot now, right? So stay tuned, keep watching. Watch the great build. Right, so we put 2 of these right here. Those 1x2s, let's change this one here. Don't like the darkness of that when the color's not correct. Talked about that before. Okay, so we're gonna go across here now and add some light 1x4s right here. One, just right here. And one on the other side. So, add one here. And let me just find, like I said, I did separate them, so it makes the job much easier. You know, makes the build a lot more easier to work with. So we're to this point here now. We need some 6s here, we said. So let's just find those 6s and put those on. Drop me a line, guys. Let me know what's going on with you. If you're jumping in, hit that like button, and let's make this come alive. Right, so we're to that point, guys. What do you think about the build so far? If you're just jumping in, like I said, we're building the 75084. So we'll put 2 of these here, guys. Yesterday we completed the 7184. Right, so we're finishing up this ship now. We're actually starting this ship. I'm saying finishing. We're starting this ship now. Great build. Want you guys to watch it all the way through. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you would like to see built next. Okay? So that's what we're up to, guys. And like I said, all of the Easter break will be building this trilogy all the way through. Great builds for you guys. Want you to be part of it and watch the build all the way through. All right, guys, and keep watching. As I said, sign up for the top tier and get your free stuff wherever you are, right? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let Lego know. Send me stuff so I can build it live so you guys can have a look at it. All right, guys. This is BOBAbrickz, and may Lego be with you.